Linkin Park allegedly called the cops on Sublime with Rome for smoking weed. Blink-182's album Enema of the State turns 15 this week. Former Lost Prophets members give their first interview about former frontman Ian Watkins. Johnny Craig's new band Slaves release a new track, and Law Dispute cover Nirvana. This is your APTV News for May 31st, 2014. How's it going, everybody? I'm Nick Major, your APTV Los Angeles correspondent, and from the top stories over at altpress.com over this last week. Earlier this week at KFMA Day in Tucson, Arizona, Linkin Park allegedly called the cops on Sublime with Rome for smoking weed, claiming they were allergic to pot. The cops came during Sublime's set and took away all of their goods, and Rome put out several tweets following the events, calling the band Linkin Narc and using the hashtag snitches. In response to the accusations, Linkin Park's Mike Shinoda tweeted, "Linkin Park didn't call the cops on Rome smoking pot. Not sure where the rumor came from, definitely not my style, bummer it happened." Linkin Park's new album, The Hunting Party, will be out on June 13th. This week marked 15 years since Blink-182 released the album that got me and so many others into pop punk, Enema of the State. The album helped launch pop punk to the top of the charts with songs like All the Small Things, What's My Age Again, and Adam's Song. So head on over to altpress.com to check out our feature that includes members of The Maine, The Story So Far, Have Mercy, Mayday Parade, Such Gold, Real Friends, Yellow Card, and Neck Deep, all reflecting on this fantastic album and their very first memories of listening to it. Former Lost Prophets guitarists Lee Gaze and Mike Lewis have given their first interview regarding former bandmate Ian Watkins, who is currently serving a 35-year prison sentence for numerous child sex offenses. In the interview conducted by London Sunday Times, Lewis says, "Within all the years of touring with Ian, I have never seen him with an underage girl, ever. I have no interest in ever speaking to him again. I feel incredibly bad for his mother and his whole family and the stigma they have to endure now because of what he's done." Lee Gaze went on to say, "There was absolutely nothing that led us to suspect what he'd done. I think he created such a smokescreen. For the first 2 months he was in prison, I was worried about how he was, knowing that he's quite a weak character, but then I reached the point where real resentment set in." The full interview can be read over at thesundaytimes.co.uk. Last week, a frail-looking Sum 41 frontman Derek Whibley was seen leaving a hospital after announcing that he had been hospitalized for a month due to kidney and liver failure, which was a result from excessive drinking. More recently, through an update on his official website, DerekWhibley.net, he said, "Hey everyone, I just wanted to thank you all so much for sending me gifts and all of the compassion and support you have shown me. I will be better soon and back out on the stage before you know it, so hopefully we'll be hearing about some Sum 41 shows in the near future." In an APTV exclusive, Johnny Craig's new project Slaves have released a lyric video for their new single Starving for Friends, which features Pierce the Veil's Vic Fuentes, so head on over to altpress.com to check that out. Slaves' debut album, Through Art, We Are All Equal, drops on June 24th. Law Dispute recently covered Nirvana's song Polly at a show in Seattle, Washington, and discussed how Nirvana influenced their music.
Polly wants a cracker. Think I should get off her first.
First and foremost, cultural impact and how it kind of altered the conversation. Really shifted the landscape from something that was fairly, manufactured.
Law Dispute guitarist Chad Morgan Sternberg recently sat down with APTV for one of our 6-string story segments, in which he talks about how he got into playing guitar, the gear he uses, his style, and more, so be sure to head on over to the website to check it out. Ripped Apparel are selling a series of prints that parody classic album covers with your favorite cartoon and movie characters. A few of the albums in the collection include My Chemical Romance, Nirvana, Blink-182, and Green Day. Head on over to rippedapparel.com to see the full collection. Additional tickets have been opened for the APMAs, so if you missed getting your tickets on the first time around, be sure to get them now. The Alternative Press Music Awards are going to be on July 21st in Cleveland, Ohio at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, hosted by Mark Hoppus. And don't forget that you have until July 15th to cast your votes over at altpress.com/APMAs. That's also the same link where you'll probably find any answers to questions that you might have about the music awards. And I'm once again Nick Major, your APTV Los Angeles correspondent. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Nick_Major, as well as Alternative Press at AltPress to be up to date with all the latest music news. And this has been your APTV News for May 31st, 2014.